Hi, I'm Brian Best, co-founder of the Cognitive Function Development Institute and Cognitive Function Development Therapy. Many today are being proactive about their health. For some, that means staying healthy, and for others, it means returning to a state of health. When we start working toward health, rather than simply treating symptoms, we soon discover that mental health and physical health are not separate. Distress in one will almost inevitably create distress in the other. Now, obviously, we don't move toward physical health by talking to our body parts. We don't, for example, typically heal cancer by verbally negotiating the terms of surrender with the cancer. In the same way, in most cases, we can't move toward mental health by negotiating with our brain and nervous system. The parts of the nervous system will not comply with verbal commands any more than cancer. Shout or plead or bargain or reformulate all you like. The structures involved and their influence on the body are subvocal. So that we can have a common frame of reference, I've asked my good friend Vincent to walk us through basic neuroanatomy as it relates to physical health. Take it away, Vincent.
The autonomic nervous system, or ANS, modeled here as the descending green set of ganglions, is responsible for controlling our many automatic processes, like breathing, which is a good thing, because many people would be in serious trouble if they had to remember to breathe. We can also see a representation of the peripheral nervous system reaching throughout the body. The peripheral nervous system includes everything that is not included within the central nervous system. So, it's a lot. Regarding the subsystems of the brain, the first and most obvious subsystem is mostly comprised of this outer lumpy layer, or neocortex. On average, the cortex is only 6 cells deep and only about as thick as 3 pennies. This is where most of the brain's so-called gray matter is found. The grayness is from the dense collection of neuron cell bodies and uninsulated connections between cells. Unquestionably, there's a lot of stuff that takes place in the cortex, including processing sensory information and planning and executing body movements. But since this large set of neural networks is also responsible for processing our thoughts, we usually have the cortex in mind when we're talking about the thinking system. This goofy-looking structure represents the basal ganglion. While it's shown here as a single structure, it's actually composed of multiple structures that are extremely important for controlling the flow of information. This control of information is called gating because it acts like a gate, allowing some information to flow, but stopping other bits of information. For CFD purposes, this gating is what sets the homeostatic balance between top-down and bottom-up information flow and, ultimately, produces the assessment profiles. If we slide the basal ganglia out of the way, we can see other major structures that comprise the limbic system. The structure shown as a purple worm is the fornix. The fornix is a major communication pathway from the hippocampus, which was at the bottom of our purple worm, to the mammillary bodies. The mammillary bodies serve as information gates between the limbic system and the survival system's hypothalamus. The brain's survival system is composed of structures that assess threats, regulate automatic bodily functions, and integrate and redistribute information from and to all areas of the brain. The primary information integrator and redistribution hub is the thalamus, shown here as a large pink blob. If we move the thalamus out of the way, we can see the hypothalamus, looking like a pink nose affixed to the midbrain, with a large postnasal drip that's supposed to be the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus is the brain's autonomic headquarters for nervous system and bodily regulation, mostly through endocrine controls. The midbrain is the top of the brainstem. It provides information gating and integration between the spine and limbic system. Below the midbrain, the pons is the initiation point for 4 pairs of cranial nerves. It also provides gating between the cerebral cortex and the cerebellum. The pons also works with the medulla oblongata to regulate breathing and other automatic functions.
Let's consider the hypothalamus for a moment. As Vincent showed, it's a central structure for regulating both body and the nervous system. Now, it would be great if we had a regulator control somewhere where we could just adjust how the hypothalamus operates, or whatever structure we want to adjust. But of course, that's not the way it works. Back in 1937, James Pepys hypothesized that there existed a neural circuit through which the cortex, that is the thinking brain, could exercise control or influence of emotions. Since he first introduced it, the so-called Pepys circuit has been shown to be a major neurological pathway that connects memory storage, emotions, and autonomic and endocrine responses. The Pepys circuit is one of those neural networks that comes into play when we consider how mental health and physical health are inseparable. So we consider, if we're seeking to regain physical health, we of course have to pay attention to the levels of various hormones, enzymes, and so forth. The hypothalamus is directly controlled by the hippocampus, which is your memory librarian, and by the cingulate cortex, which is a high-level emotional processor. Suppose then that there exists some mental health-related discombobulation with the person's emotions or memories or information processing. Without a doubt, this discombobulation will impact secretion levels of hormones and such, which in turn affect how the body responds through the Pepys circuit. And how the body responds is then going to be part of the stimulus that the thalamus receives, and round we go. To be certain, herbs, supplements, exercise, healthy choices, and other aspects of physical health care play their part. But for whole healing, we need to bring the mind and the nervous system into regulation alongside the body. The question then is, how do we impact the brain structures and networks non-pharmaceutically and non-invasively? The answer is cognitive function development therapy, or CFDT. CFDT engages clients in a fun way that targets specific neural functions. In as little as 12 weeks, the brain and nervous system can be brought into a long-lasting state of regulation and health. However, as much as I'd love to do so, I really can't adequately communicate what CFDT is in words. You have to experience it, but barring that, for now, let's just peep into a live session.
You can see on the chart that Kate has made tremendous improvements, but she is still showing a type. So we're going to focus on her two lowest functions, working memory and alerting. And God willing, we're going to have fun. That's what Jen says we have to do. We have to have fun. So how are you doing today, Kate?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, like a party.
Yes.
Every single day. Man, how much better could it possibly be?
Very true.
Alrighty, ma'am. Now you know how to add, right?
Last time I checked.
Single digit numbers you can add?
Yes.
So if I say 7 and 4, you can...
Say 11.
2, 8,
10.
9.
Come on! 17. Do I add it to the last number that I was
but
8?
You threw me off because you got off. Don't throw me off. This is about you getting down, not about. Okay, are you ready? 8.
10.
Okay, give me a baby. Answer when your hands are open.
Okay.
Please. 2, 8,
10.
9.
Come
on,
17.
What's wrong with you? Come on. Okay. Last time.
Well, you showed my chart. That's what's wrong with me.
Last time, are you ready to go?
Yes.
2, 8,
10.
9.
17.
3,
12.
9. 7.
17.
7.
5.
9.
8. 17.
2.
I can't add that fast.
That's push-ups.
I know.
You know it's push-ups.
I have a hard time adding that fast.
Okay, are you ready to do this right?
I'm trying to do it right.
2, 9,
11.
9,
18.
You said you could add.
I can.
2.
You said single
2.
digits.
They are single digits.
11 isn't.
I didn't say 11. You 9.
11.
9.
18.
2.
20.
You don't add it to what you said. You
Oh.
add it to what to the previous time. All I want you to do is on the fly, tell me a story based on the matches.
Oh, okay.
Very simple.
Target. Once upon a time there was a
Quick, as fast as you
target.
can. Make that match. Once upon a time there was a target on a blue dolphin. Let's go.
there was a target on a blue dolphin.
Come on. What is it?
See, under pressure. It's a best friend.
Did the clover have a dinosaur as a best friend or the dolphin?
The dolphin had a dinosaur as a
Okay, come on, keep
best
going.
friend,
Go.
and
What else is next? What's going on? Stumpy. Stumpy the
I
zebra.
know, it's totally stumping me.
And the dinosaur ate Stumpy. You have to call it Stumpy.
Stumpy,
the
okay.
Zebra.
So the dinosaur had a zebra tattoo.
The dinosaur had a zebra tattoo? I thought this dinosaur was eating the zebra. Whatever. It's your story. Go ahead.
And the clown and the skull, they all found a skull in the ocean.
What's the match?
The first match was the target. And another clown that started laughing at them. So the dinosaur ate one of the clowns, and then a lightning bolt came down and struck the other clown.
Which made Kate laugh. Ah! All right, that was
And then
excellent work.
that was fun. I feel good. Yeah,
You could feel miserable.
we could, but we won't.
But now you feel happy.
Yes,
I'm glad you feel happy.
I feel very happy.
So you can enjoy your life.